Welcome to Dish by RMU Culinary, a weekly installment where we show you delicious foods. I'm Chef Rachel with the Institute of Culinary Arts at Robert Morris University in Chicago. This week in Dish, we are making chocolate pot de creme. What we are starting to do is melt our chocolate that we have over a double boiler. So you want to fill a pot with water, place a bowl over the top with your chocolate, and let that start to melt. Every once in a while, give it a little bit of a stir just to make sure that all your chocolate is being melted down and there's no chunks left in there. In the meantime, what we're going to have started in a separate pot is we're going to be adding our milk and heavy whipping cream. Along with the sugar into the pot, so that way it comes up to about a simmer. You can give this a little bit of a stir just to kind of combine the sugar and it doesn't clump on the bottom of the pot. Then what we're going to have happening is once this heats up all the way, we are going to be putting in another bowl your egg yolks and cocoa powder. And we're going to whisk this to combine completely. Once your cream and milk mixture has come up to a good simmer, what's going to happen is we are going to temper it into our eggs. So what tempering is you are taking, equalizing the temperature between your two ingredients, so that way they are both the same temperature and your eggs won't start to scramble in your pot as you begin to cook them. So if your chocolate is done, you can take it off your heat. As long as it doesn't sit in a cold spot where it starts to reset again, you are all done with your double boiler. And we'll save this until we finish making our cream mixture, so that way we can add our chocolate, pour this over our chocolate mixture at the very end. So as this is about to come up to a simmer, what we're going to do is slowly add in your liquid into your eggs. Make sure that you keep stirring the whole time, so that way everything's evenly distributed and cooked all at the same time. Ideally, what you would like to do is get about half your liquid into your bowl, and that typically allows your eggs to come up to the right temperature, so that way it's similar to what is in your pot and you won't scramble any of your ingredients. Oops. Just give it a good stir and make sure everything's combined in your pot before adding it back into your pot. And there's no lumps of cocoa powder left in there. So make sure you turn down your heat a little bit in your pot, because otherwise it's going to cook really, really fast once you add your ingredients back in. And you want to make sure now that you're done stirring in your bowl, you're going to instead whisk in your pot, so that way you're ensuring that everything is properly combined. So just very carefully pour it back into your pot. So now we are just stirring the ingredients together until it's thickened slightly in your pot. So you're going to stir it. Again, you don't want it to get too hot in your pot, because otherwise it will start to scramble a little bit more. So if your cream is at the right temperature in your pot initially, this usually thickens relatively fast, so it should only take a couple minutes for you to complete this step. All right, so our chocolate mixture has come up to the proper thickness. It looks like a really rich and creamy hot chocolate. What I'm going to do is grab another bowl with a strainer in it, just to ensure if there are any pieces left that I can get the rest of the pieces caught before I do my final step. All right, so what we are going to do is take our chocolate that we had melted and we are going to pour over our custard mixture over the top of it. So we are using a milk chocolate, which is typically some chocolate that everyone likes a little bit more than some of the bittersweet chocolates. It tends to be a little bit lighter, especially with pairing it with the cocoa powder. It allows for a little bit more balance in your dish and a little bit more roundness. So all you have to do is stir together your melted chocolate and your custard base, and then we'll pour it into our glasses. So again, you can use your ladle, and what we'll do is just slide over to our glass. So you can fill it about 3/4 of the way up, so that way it leaves you a little room to allow you to move your dishes to the refrigerator to allow it to set. All right, so you would transfer these to the refrigerator for a few minutes so that way it sets completely before garnishing. To complete our pot de creme, what we're going to do first is we have some whipped cream in a piping bag. We're going to make a little rosette, so we're just going to make a little circle. Then we're going to take some chocolate and just garnish just a little bit, and then top it off with a couple pieces of mint leaves. For more recipes and information about our programs at Robert Morris, please visit us at robertmorris.edu/dish.